listeners. As always, thank you so much for checking out the Home Recording Network. And as promised in my last video, today I am going to be making my first Kemper profile, and I'm going to show you how to do it in just 5 easy steps. Although this is my first time profiling an amp, I've already made that portion of the video, and spoiler alert, it was super easy to do. And even better, I have the results right behind me so that we can listen after and see how close the profile really came to the actual amp. And after we take a listen, although this process was super easy and the profile came out super close to the actual amp, I'm going to explain why I probably won't be doing this again. If this video helps you out in any way, please be sure to throw me a like and subscribe so that I can continue to grow my small channel and help others out with their recording, mixing, and production skills. All right, now let's move into the live room and show you guys how to profile your amp with a Kemper. All right, guys, so we are going to be modeling my Blues Junior right here with the Kemper. So I have never done this before, but I've read the instructions and it all seems pretty simple. So let me take you through this step by step. I'll be shooting some video with my phone so you can see a little bit closer in here. But the first step here is knowing and getting your connections right. So let's go through that right now. All right, so the first thing you want to do is plug your guitar right into the front input of your Kemper. So that's pretty simple. Guitar goes into the front of the Kemper. Then you're going to want to connect the amp that you're profiling. And for this, you come with a 1/4 inch out of the direct output / send, and you go right into the 1/4 inch input of the amp that you're modeling. Next, you're going to want to place your mic. So here I just have an SM57 kind of placed towards the edge of the cone. That's just where I like to mic my amps, but this is totally your preference. So set your mic up how you would normally mic up a guitar amp. And then we have this XLR coming out of the microphone and going into the back of the Kemper, and that's going to go to your return input. After you have all your connections set to go, you're going to want to turn your Kemper to profiler, and then you're going to just want to turn your amp on. And there we go. All right, so your second step is going to be to get a decent tone, right? Obviously, we need a decent tone to have a decent profile. So I suggest really searching around for a great tone. I'm not going to spend that much time on it right now, but after you're all connected and your Kemper is on and your amp is on, you should be able to hear the sound of your amp now. So there we go. We have our tone, but this is a step that's pretty important. So make sure you have a decent tone. I basically just have the tube cranked and really driven on this. So we're going to model a distorted guitar tone here. All right. So after you have a guitar tone that you're happy with and you're in your profiler mode here on the Kemper, you're going to be at this menu. So here we're just going to hit next. And then we can select clean guitar if we want here, but we are modeling a distorted guitar amp, so we're gonna keep everything here, and we're just gonna hit start profiling. All right, so I'm gonna hit this start profiling button, and then I'm gonna immediately cover my ears, and you may wanna do so as well, because it's supposed to get real loud and make some crazy noises. So here we go. I think we got it. So now that we have the profile, it looks like our tone may need some refinement. So it's telling us to hit refine profile and play some chords. So I'm going to do that right now. And then we're just going to hit finish. All right, so now that we have our profile refined, we can hit store here, and then it asks you to put in the author and all that. I'm just going to hit next. Amp tags, I'm just going to hit next. I really don't care about this. And then I'm going to hit store, and yeah, we're going to call it test since this is our first one. So I'm just going to hit store one more time. And it is stored. So this should now be in our browser section. If we go back to browser, and yes, there it is, our test preset right there. All right, so that was a lot of fun. So what I've done now is I've plugged the Kemper directly into my interface and recorded it. So that's this track right here. So just played a little riff, and down here I played that same riff, except I just mic'd up the amp with the 57, just like we did when we were modeling the amp. So the results here are actually pretty interesting, and you can be the judge for yourself. But the Kemper profile did come very close, and I think it actually sounds better. And there's a few reasons why, but first I'll let you hear each of them. So I'll switch back and forth here, and we'll start with the Kemper profile. Yeah, and for our first profile, I'm very impressed here. Obviously, there's some tonal difference here, some EQ, and that can easily be adjusted on the Kemper. So if I want to make it brighter or darker, I can easily do that to closer match the real amp. But I think a big reason why there's such a difference here is because of the room. So the microphone is obviously picking up a lot of the room sound, and when I actually record guitar amps, I will usually put a blanket over the drums, turn the snares off because we have that kit in there, and I'll usually isolate the amp a lot more than it is in this instance. But I also think that's why using a Kemper, you have a little bit of an advantage because you take the room out of the equation. You're going direct from the head right into your interface. So, you don't have to worry about room acoustics and things like that. You would have to worry about that if you're actually miking an amp. Is this the perfect profile? No, it's not. We could probably do a much better job. This was kind of a quick test, and I still think we came very close to our amp sound, and that's great. But I don't think I will be profiling amps a lot at all, and let me explain why. So this Kemper is obviously such an amazing tool. I mean, it's crazy that we have this technology now, but for me, I am not going to be modeling many amps, and for me, the reason is that I just don't have any amps worth modeling. So I have a Vox AC15, a Fender Deluxe, that Blues Junior out there, and these are all just standard modern amps that can be found anywhere, and there's so many profiles available of these amps that have been modeled by engineers that can make better profiles than me. So if I want them, I'll just go to the rig exchange and grab them. There's no reason for me to really model these amps other than if I want to, have some fun and geek out. Now, I am not saying you shouldn't try this at home. Definitely have some fun and come up with your own profiles. But if I had some super rare amps or older amps, I would definitely be making some models. But since the amps I have are just so common, it's really not worth making any profiles, at least for me. So that's it for me. Let me know in the comments if this helped you out or if you've been experimenting with your own Kemper profiles, and we will see you next time. Happy mixing, guys. Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to download your free Ultimate Home Studio Mix Guide with your go-to EQ and compression settings. Be sure to register for my free online mix training that I hold a couple times a week so that you can learn how to make radio quality music from your home without breaking the bank.